Hey guys, it's Tom. I'm finally doing my own YouTube channel, so stay prepared for, I don't know, deck lists, deck profiles, tier lists, combo videos, deck explanation, and so on and so forth. Yeah, a lot of you reached out to me and asked me if I would start a channel, so here I am. I'm honestly so grateful for all your messages and the support from all of you. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous because I never thought that I would be doing something like this. But yeah, I think as a second place in the world, I kind of do have an obligation to help all of you out and share my knowledge with you. So yeah, and I will also start streaming someday, probably on Twitch. I'm not sure yet, and I will be doing Metafy. Um, Sharing deck lists with you, spreadsheets for combos, deck guides, and also coaching sessions. So check out, I think, the Lunalight deck guide that I released kind of, yeah, parallel to this video. And yeah, right now, I think since the YCS Little, Peru, and Anaheim, and so on are right around the corner, it's very important for either Lunalite players of you or everyone who is kind of afraid of playing against Lunalight to know what non-engine will be played in Lunalight. So either you can be prepared to face it, or you know how to use it against your opponents. So I chose to start with a non-engine tier list for Lunalight. So let's just hop right in. So I've prepared a tier list here on TeamMaker, where you can see main deck, side deck, situational, and we have to see how the format evolves. I think this is the most or the best way to put it, because there are a lot of non-engine breakers and hand trap that can be main decked, side decked, or are just not good right now, but used to be played. So this is how we will be thoughting it. We can just start at the left. You see an Ash Blossom. Like I love Ash Blossom. I love the fact that it is multi-purpose. Can you get Izuna? Can you get Holisu? Can you get any Charmy? And sometimes also can act as a normal summon into Army Rush. But right now I don't think it's good enough. Like a lot of decks just push through an Ash Blossom like nothing. And if you do not pair it with other hand traps, it's not good enough. Like I think it's very good in a side deck, because if you know you're going first, you can side out any of your breakers and side an Ash Blossom to be safe against Charmies, Izune, Holisu, and other cards that allow your opponent to interact in your turn or draw cards. So Ash Blossom will 100% be put into the side deck tier. Then we can go to another hand trap, which is, yeah, let's take Draw and Lockbird. Like I probably should have sorted this prior. Sorry, I'm still a bit new to this and a bit nervous, but we will be figuring out it together. Yeah, Draw and Lockbird. I think this card is very good right now. We have a very diverse format with Mitsurugi getting back to seeing play. Yami probably still Bankersol, Crystron, and Lunalight, and Sky Striker, and probably the DD stuff, and Pure K9, and so on, and so on, and so on. So a lot of decks will be searching and adding cards. But I'm not sure if it's actually good enough in the main deck, because it's not good against every deck. Like, imagine you're playing against Yami, having a draw in hand, which prior to the Dude format was okay. But now, since a lot of people do not play Engage anymore because they got the new Yami, this card even gets worse. So I think it's fair to assume that a lot of people will be playing Yami, and since Vanquish won't be that popular anymore, I think you can just not afford to main deck it right now, because it's very dead in a lot of situations. Like especially in Lunalight, you cannot draw yourself if you are getting Charmed like in other decks. So even that purpose falls away. So I think Draw deck is a very, very good side deck option, because there are certain decks which just put on a very annoying field that is very hard to break, or even FTK you sometimes. So having a Draw for that purpose is very good in the side deck. Then we have the Siphon package like Gamma and Delta. I love Gamma. Gamma is insane. Gamma is like as good in this deck like it was in Mitsurugi, because like every foolish way, or like Fractal, Masquerade, Foolish itself, Foolish Bobby Goods, check for Ash, Fuva, sometimes even Droll, and that makes Gamma very good. Unfortunately, or like lucky for us, there are not so many handjobs being made right now that are Gamma good against. Like post side, Gamma 100% is very good because a lot of people will eventually be siding Folia, Fuva, Gamma, it's themselves, Droll, Ash, and so on. So Gamma is very good in the side deck, but right now I think it's not good enough in the main deck because not a lot of Drolls are being main decked. Then we have Delta. I don't know about Delta right now. I really think that it was very good in the Mitsurugi format, like at Euros, because every Malice player and a lot of other decks were fighting the Mistaken spell, and it was FTK against you. It was like Barrier against Lunalight. If people tend to go back to this approach to stop Mitsurugi, then we can 100% side Delta. But for now, if we are playing against fields, there are more monster or trap interactions that we are scared of than spells. So I think we have to see how the format evolves. Same with Perulia. Prior with a lot of Vanquish roll, this was very good because they just passed on a very weak field or gave you a lot of draws. And it was also good to draw the Styx card because they used to summon a lot of times in your turn. But right now I think it's just not good enough because not a lot of decks do give you more than one draw. And taking the risk to play into Thrust and Talent and so on is in my opinion not worth it. So we have to see if there are more decks that summon more from the hand, and if they are, then we surely can side it, but I think right now we should not play it and just see how the format evolves. Then we have Fuvalos, the best Charmy. I mean, I've said it prior and I will say it again. Dice Smasher was one of the biggest problems that Lunalight had. And luckily, thank God Konami, we got rid of Dice Smasher. So Fuva, honestly, 100% is main deck staple for this deck. I don't think you have to be scared of Thrust or something like that in the main deck. So there's no real punish other than like Ash or Cold Buy, which mean that they won't do it on your engine, so it's fine. And if it resolves, it prevents either your opponent from setting up a crazy field or allows you to draw a lot of cards, which enables your fusions. So in any way it's fine, and if you go first, you can just discard it with Perfume, Gold Eel, or whatever. So drawing it is also fine in every situation. And then we have Nip. Nip was very good because we had a very tough matchup against Malice, because your board wipes didn't do anything, or you had to use them very early because otherwise they would have summoned Cyber's Wicked. Since Malice went down in popularity because of the new ban list, I think Nip is not that good anymore. Nip will be very good into other decks from Doom of Dimension, but I don't know if it's right now worth the Exodeck space of playing Granite, and you probably don't want to play 3 of those, so I think right now it's not that good, so we have to wait and see how the format evolves. But it can also be very situational if you play against Yami and you can wipe the field with Nip, or you have some decks that just overcommit into it because they think you're not playing it. It's very good. I think this is such a situational card that we will be putting it here. Then we have some breakers, some quick spells like Droplet, Eclipse, and Chalice. Let's start with the Droplet. Like Droplet 100% main deck, I don't even have to think about it. Droplet is such a good card. It allows you to break field easily because you often have Tanky or Masquerade or Perfume or Serendanes in your hand that you can get rid of and even get advantage of sending cards and negating your field, your opponent's field. Or even going first, it has purpose in negating Izuna Holisu. So this card is very, very good. And Chalice is pretty much the exact same card, but you do not have to get rid of cards. And trading 1-for-1 in Lunalight is fair, in my opinion, because 1 Gold Leo gets you to so many cards that it's fine to trade 1-for-1 against decks that do not get so much value from 1 card. So Chalice just specifically negating the issues of this deck. For example, a Babusker or a Moor Como Wipe or a Pachi or a Kaliga or whatever without having to waste more cards is very good. Then we have Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse is cool. It was very good in the last format because it cleared the entire field of Vanquish Soul and allowed you to play through Imperm and Veiler. We have to see if people are still up on Veiler and Imperm, because if they are, then Eclipse is still very good because you can combo with your Leo being booked. And it's also multi-purpose, like going first, playing through hand taps, or go second, playing through interruptions, and booking the field of your opponent, who I think is 100% main deckable. We have to see whether it's actually worth it right now or if there are better options. But I would not be surprised if people are main decking this. So if you're playing against Lunalight, 100% expect them to have a Book of Eclipse set or in their hand. Yeah. Then we have... what do we go next? We will take Thrust and Talents. So Thrust, like prior, can ultimately search your entire deck. You have access to Talents, for example. You have access to Foolish, to Perfume, to a lot of cards that just allow you to break the field. And especially like the Dark Wheeler, Post Sight and stuff, Thrust is very good. And also being able to main deck Black Goat, and it being not a break if you draw it because you can discard it for free and have advantage by it. It's very good. So I think Thrust 100% is also a main decker card together with Talents. Like Talents, there's no discussion. If you have space for it, you play it, because it's either gives you hand knowledge of your opponent, or you draw engine cards or non-engine cards. So those two are 100% correct, because like Thrust can also search Heavy Poly. Heavy Poly allows you to break every board. You can search Lunalight Poly as well. Yeah, 100% main deckable. So if you do not have to throw hand traps against Lunalight, don't do it. If you can break the field, what's usually not good or possible, then don't wonder if they have one of them. And set a barrier or Black Goat or an Impulse or an Imperm. Yeah, be prepared to face one of those. Then we do have Impulse. Impulse, honestly, goat card. Even Mitsurugi decks choose to play pure Mitsurugi because they want to be able to play Impulse. Impulse is such a good card. You can sometimes auto-win against it with Draco Tail. You can negate Faimena, Rahu, Ketu. This card is so good. You can get Ritual Spell against Mitsurugi, which might stop them actually. It's good into the mirror, it's good against pretty much everything, even against Yami. If they tag out, you impulse it. So Mitsurugi, what am I saying? Lunalight, you can main deck it, funny enough, because everything is dark. So I honestly see no reason right now to not main deck it, because the format got a little bit weaker with Vanquish Soul being hit like the way they hit it. So yeah, Impulse is very, very likely to be main decked, so you have to play around it, guys. Let's go to Imperm. Like, it obviously gets better if you play Impulse. If you play Imperm, Impulse gets better, sorry. Because you have a Trapping Grave. But the question is it actually worth it in Lunalight to negate one card if you are forced to do it at first interaction in your turn, or if you have to gamble that it stops your opponent? Like, Chalice can be used mid-turn and can also be used in damage step and stuff, but Imperm either has to be your first play, or you have to draw it and use it and gamble on your opponent's turn. So I don't know if there are decks that are stopped by one Imperm, like for example if they normal summon Norai, you Imperm it, it's very good, but if they normal summon a Yami, Imperm doesn't do anything. So we have to see how the format evolves, but right now I don't think it's good enough to even be played in the side deck. Then we have Heavy Poly. Honestly, Heavy Poly is the goat of Lunalight. This card allows you to break every field, 100% main deckable, because if you go second, this card wins the game of its own. Even if you're going first, if your opponent Izunas you or Holy Sues you, this card has purpose. And sometimes you use it if you drew too many names and have no way to play. You can hard use it and use 3 names on your hand or field. So it's just a normal fusion spell. And this card is very good. So guys, keep in mind, if you have 3 monsters, you have to pay 7,500. So yeah, if they somehow have a way to burn you, this can be very scary. But yeah, heavy poly, honestly, goated in this deck. Then we have Dark Ruler. I like Dark Ruler a lot, but I don't know if it's good enough anymore. Like the fact that you cannot kill your opponent after you used it is very hard. There are decks that can out-like it pretty easily, and you do not want to give it another turn. But on the opposite, if you're playing Thrust and you have it against, I don't know, Yami or whatever, it's very, very good. It breaks the field of itself. I mean, if Mitsurugi has the trap, or if, for example, how is it called? Draco Tail has the spell trap negate, has a spell negate. It's not so good, but usually you need 2 broad breakers anyway. Though I think Dark Ruler still is a very insane card. So I don't see a reason to not main deck it. So we usually just put it up here. Maybe you can't see it, but it's there. Then we have like go second kindish cards in form of like Evenly, Harpies, Lightning Storm, and Raigeki. I think like Raigeki is the card that you can play most if you're going first, because there are certain situations where you can get rid of Izuna or Holisu. But I think like post side it's better to clear Yami field or whatever. So we put it in the side deck. Same with those 3. I don't think that you can main deck, except if you expect yourself to lose every single dice roll. Then it will be fine. But we are scared of end fields that we cannot break easily, like a Pachi or a Kaliga or whatever. So having those cards that allows you to push through the fields are very good. So I think you can surely side deck them, and they are very, very strong in the current format. Then we have Salesman. I do like Salesman a lot. It has very multi-purposes against every single deck. But I don't think it's good in the main deck, because the format is not solved right now, and you do not know what non-engine your opponent is main decking. So you can main deck it and blindly counter on a Lockbird, and they ash you, or they imp you, or they impulse you, or they whatever you, and you just getting frustrated because you didn't know what to expect. You just called the most obvious thing that you use again the most, but then got hit by something else. So like as breaker, I think it's very good, because like calling Snatchy into Yami field is very, very good. Calling Liger Dancer even is very good because it affects the player, so I would not be able to use Liger Dancer at that point. But I don't think it's main deckable. But side deck, yeah, it's very, very good. And then we have Super Polymerization. Funny enough, you can use it to dodge like stuff if you play the extra deck targets for it and let your Lunalite guys resolve. But right now, it's too diverse of a format to say that its card is good. Of course, it's good against Yami, of course, it's good against Mitsurugi, but there are a lot of decks where the card does nothing. So I think this is very situational. Like, it can be insane, it can be a blowout, but you do not have to forget that you have to discard a card. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. But yeah, I would put this in very situational, because it depends on the matchup you're playing against. So yeah, this is my Lunalight non-engine tier list. Yeah, like I said, be prepared to see an Impulse, a Fuva, Droplet, and Eclipse. 100% Thrust and Talents, you will see it, and Heavy Pulley. And otherwise, post side, if you enable a board, be prepared that they will try to break it by force. Yeah, this is the end of the video. This is my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave some love below, leave a like, leave a subscription, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.